party hats. Boom, boom.
The whole go bang bang here. Let us begin.
I want you to keep an eye out for the Boogity Man.
VHS Bandits.
Boogity! Boogity! Boogity!
VHS Bandits.
Welcome to Coxwell
Don't
Academy.
need no DVDs, don't need no Betamax. These are the VHS Bandits.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to the VHS Bandits podcast. Today, we watched Summer Camp Nightmare. Let's pop in the tape.
Summer camp. Sports, hiking, fun. Summer camp. When mom and dad are not around. Summer camp. Nightmares.
Say anything to anyone.
Kill him.
Summer camp nightmare. Rated PG-13.
And now, our feature presentation.
Hey, everybody, and welcome back to the VHS Bandits podcast. I'm Dane Train. Happy summer, everybody out there in videotape land. I'm here with my co-host, as always. Here he is. Say your name, buddy boy.
Topher Hansen.
Hey, Topher Hansen's here over in sunny Southern California, where it is summer 365 days a year.
That's right.
And we have a very special guest today, this summertime, as we watched Summer Camp Nightmare. We got Alex over here. Alex, what's up, buddy?
Not a lot.
Not a lot. That's a lie.
You are
That's
way
a
more
straight up
excited
lie.
to be on this show than me today. So, Alex, I understand you are a big horror fan. You're a filmmaker. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
That's all true. I run a site called brokehorrorfan.com. Struggling independent filmmaker, writer, director, producer, editor for hire. I've had the pleasure of working with Topher a couple times.
Woo!
So that's why I'm not going anywhere.
Thank you.
I guess I'm in
duped
the
you
same
into
boat.
doing the show. Alex, what have we worked on together?
We first met on Abizu, Taker of Children. Our friend Jordan Pacheco's feature film, which is currently in post-production. I produced that, and I just finished editing it, actually.
Oh, really, dude?
Jordan watched
Can I see
the
it?
rough cut this past weekend. Yeah. You can't see it yet, but soon.
Ah, come on, dude.
When will that be available for viewers to the
Yeah,
public?
when will that be available?
When are our fans
for
gonna be
me
able to see
watch?
this?
I don't care about anybody else.
I would love to tell you that, but I do not know.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what out there, boys and ghouls. When we find the information from Alex down the road, we will let you know when Ibiza will be available for viewing.
Yes, please do. It's been in post-production for way too long, longer than I care to admit, but the end is near, so that's fun. And then Topher was in my 48-hour film project, Root of All Evil, which won like a bunch of awards, including Best Ensemble Cast. Topher pulls a vine out of his finger, which is pretty cool. You can find that on YouTube.
That was fun. That was one of the best. I've seen a lot, and I'm not just saying this because, we made the movie together, but I've seen a lot of the fingernail gag. I pull my fingernail off. I gotta say, this is one of the best fingernail gags I've seen. It's very disturbing, even though I was there and saw how the whole thing was done.
That's thanks to Jordan. He was our effects artist on that and an actor. But I love seeing that like on the rare occasions when it plays with an audience and like you can audibly hear like people squirm in their seats when that comes up. It's amazing. It's very satisfying.
Nice. Making people uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And you were also the assistant director on Dark Roast.
That's right. How could I forget?
How could you forget?
I mean, I try, but I can't.
So that's
I won't let you forget, no matter how hard you try.
That's where I met you, Alex, that day.
That's right.
I was on set that day, playing a small minor role in this little movie. And I'm like, who is this guy going around taking pictures of everybody? And me. I'm like, who is this guy? He didn't even introduce himself to me, and he's going around taking pictures. I don't even know who this guy is. And today I know who you are. So
I didn't introduce you to it. That's bullshit.
I don't think you introduced me to anybody.
That's not true.
I literally walked in there, and you go, there's a bathroom in the back. Your clothes are in there. Now sit for 12 hours and don't do shit. Until we need you for like 20 minutes, and then in the AM hours, all right, you're all done. See you later.
Hey, I told my house was down the street. I said you could go to my house, watch TV, take a nap, but you chose not. It's 10 minutes away. Listen,
and you didn't tell me to go anywhere.
Yes, I did. Alex, you were the AD. You heard all of this.
You didn't say nothing.
I was the AD, and that's why the schedule was so terrible. So that's kind of on me.
No, the schedule was fine. I made the schedule anyway. So
yeah, that's true.
I'm the one to blame for any scheduling issues.
This guy.
Dan, you could have been playing video games, eating snacks.
Why didn't I bring my GameCom and play Duke Nukem 3D on my GameCom the whole time?
Yeah, why didn't you bring your GameCom?
I would have went through
You're
probably
a video
16
game expert.
AA batteries the whole time that I was there. I could have played some Duke Nukem on the GameCom, Tiger GameCom. Anywho.
So, before we get to Summer Camp Nightmare, which is not as much of a horror movie as I thought it was going to be. It's really not a horror movie at all, which was kind of disappointing. It was a good movie, though. I enjoyed it. It's better than I thought it was going to be. Alex just released Adam Green's newest Hatchet release, Victor Crowley, on VHS.
That's right.
So you can buy that at brokehorrorfan.com and watch one of the best slasher movies in recent years on the way slasher movies were meant to be watched, which is VHS. Alex, tell us about
4x3.
4x3. I know. I saw on the I got mine the other day, and I know you. Did you convert it to 4x3, or was that something the studio did, or?
That was something the studio did.
Nice.
They had asked if we had a preference, and we asked Adam Green, the writer-director, for those not familiar with the Hatchet series. We asked him what he preferred, because if we had done it the full widescreen, you're basically going to have black bars on both the left and right side and the top and bottom. It was going to be this tiny little image.
Yeah.
So we had 4:3, which sells the retro feel anyway, which I love it.
Was it pan and scan? Did they do?
Yes, but not a lot. I mean, it's mostly just like you're seeing the middle of the frame for the most part.
Gotcha.
Sweet.
Gotcha. All right.
So
Good
why don't
stuff.
you tell us a little bit about how that came about and...
Yeah. So I'm a huge Adam Green fan. As Topher knows, he's a fellow Hatchet Army member and Adam Green fanboy. So my site, Broke Horror Fan, had sponsored his podcasts. They do an annual charity show to save the Yorkies. The Movie Crypt is their podcast, which it's my second favorite podcast after the VHS Bandits.
Of course.
No, but it's obviously a great filmmaking podcast, very inspirational. So we sponsored their episode. Basically, you could listen to the live stream of they did a 48-hour marathon, and you could listen to it on my website. So around that same time, my friend James Solano, who is the man behind Witter Entertainment, who is my collaborator on this, he's a good friend of mine. We worked on film stuff before. He did the music for my first couple shorts. We co-wrote a short called Trouser Snake together, which is about
he co-wrote that?
Yeah, it's
Trouser
about
Snake's awesome.
a monster penis. Yeah, thank you. You can find that one on YouTube too. He did the music for that as well.
Sweet.
And the music for my first short, The Horrors of Autocorrect.
Oh,
So he's a
that
good
one's
friend.
awesome as well. All of your
Thank you.
movies are awesome, Alex.
Thank
Even the
you.
ones I'm not in.
I've been telling people that for years. I'm glad it's finally catching on. But yeah, so we basically, he lives in New York, I'm in Massachusetts, but we get together and have little Skype dates, basically once every week or two, just to catch up. And we do some, sometimes we'll do some writing, sometimes we'll just shoot the shit. And he was talking about collaborating on some stuff, basically just exploiting my brand, because we have like a relatively big social media following for like a one-person horror outlet. He was talking about maybe doing some like shirts or enamel pins or posters, just licensing something cool and make a collectible. Which, I mean, I love all those things, but like there's so many companies doing all of those things, like far more established and better than we ever could. So we were kind of kicking ideas back and forth, and I said like how much I'd love to do like a modern movie that feels like it would fit on VHS and put it on VHS. So obviously one of my go-tos is Adam Green. We talked about potentially the original Hatchet, but that's now Lionsgate owns Anchor Bay, who put it out, so it's going to be like a lot of red tape.
Mm-hmm.
And at the time we were talking about this, which was only like 6 months ago, it's crazy how fast it came together. Victor Crowley was just about to come out on DVD and Blu-ray, came out in February. So I'd emailed Ariscope, which is Adam's production company. I'm sorry, there's a terrible roundabout story to get to Summer Camp Nightmare.
I love hearing this, and I'm sure any Adam Green fans love hearing it too.
Yeah, both of us will love it when we listen back to this episode.
Yes.
So yeah, we talked to Ariscope, reached out to Adam because we knew he didn't own the rights to the movie, but we wanted him involved. If we didn't have his blessing, we weren't going to do it. So he was like, yeah, I would love that. Like, fans come up to me with like bootlegs sometimes at conventions, so it'd be really cool to have an official one. He put us in touch with Dark Sky Films, who were super easy to work with. They were awesome. They own the rights. They put it out on Blu-ray and DVD. And it went along pretty quickly. Like I said, this came from inception to like holding the physical product in our hands was like under 6 months, which is insane.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. We got our friend Will Perkins, who's really good friends with James, and now has become a good friend of mine as well. He's a comic book artist. He did the artwork. We had 3 different variants. The most limited edition is already sold out. The second most limited, we're down to less than half. And then we have a standard, which we have a few hundred of.
Buy them while they're still available.
Yeah,
at
please
brokehorrorfan.com.
That's right. So if you go to brokehorrorfan.com, there's a shop link at the top or like a little image on the side where you can buy it. It'll actually bring you to the Witter Entertainment store, which is where it's hosted. You can also buy a Broke Horror Fan shirt while you're there if you really want to support me, but pick up the VHS first.
That's awesome. Now, when is Dark Sky putting out Abizu, Taker of Children on VHS?
2019.
Okay.
Well, we are talking about, we do have a second title, which I can't say yet, but if like the idea of Victor Crowley on VHS was like exciting to you, you'll be excited about the second release, no doubt. We're sticking with the modern movies that kind of feel like they would fit in the 80s realm on VHS. If it pans out, we're still waiting to like, cross our T's and dot our I's. But we're excited about that. And we're thinking about doing maybe some smaller runs of like indie stuff, like maybe stuff that we've worked on. Maybe Abiz will be on VHS. I don't know yet.
Yeah. Dude, I need to talk to you about getting Dark Roast on VHS.
Yeah, dude. I mean, let's do it.
If it's at all possible, I 100% want to do it.
All right. Yeah. We'll talk off mic.
Sweet. All right. That is the story of how Victor Crowley came to VHS. Buy it now. I bought my copy. They're running out. I'm sure you will be able to print more, but buy them when the first run. That's the whole thing.
I think we're going to stick with just one and done run.
Oh, shit. Buy it fucking now, everyone. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, there's only 500 in existence. Like I said, 3 different covers. But I think the exciting part of it is the fact that it's just like a one and done thing for collectors.
Yeah.
I'm not sure more than 500 VHS collectors are out there right now that are going to buy it, but
absolutely.
And Dark Sky, technically they could do it themselves, but if you want the original, it's available now.
Yeah. Holy shit. Buy it. Now, Summer Camp Nightmare is also available on VHS.
And only on VHS, apparently.
Only on VHS. Where's the box? I got the box right here.
You got the box.
I got the box. I got this one. Shout out to Horror Movie Barbecue.
Oh, what up, Chad?
Did he trade for this one to you?
Yeah. So I got Summer Camp Nightmare, and I also got Ziggy's Gift, the Christmas cartoon, because I could never find that. And
what did you trade for?
I think I traded Computer Beach Party and Gnome the Norm, which are 2 horrible movies. So I'm sorry.
Chad at Horror Movie Barbecue tried to retrade back to me, and I was like, no.
Oh, no. I was like, no. Yeah, Dane Train's already seen them. Sorry, dude. I definitely came out on top on that train. So, Barbecue, if you're listening, I'm sorry those movies suck. I think I tried to warn you. They are not good. Good luck getting rid of them now. Summer Camp Nightmare, however, So the cover we got. It looks like a horror movie. It's like a hand drawn. It's got this this cool font. It's from Embassy Home Entertainment. There's this guy holding his fist in the air and a gun and a screaming lady behind him. And the tagline says, "Dear Mom, the camp director is dead. The counselors are locked up and the kids are out of control. Having a wonderful time. Love, Martin."
And it's worth noting that there's no Martin in the movie.
Yeah, there's no Martin.
Oh yeah, that's right.
No Martin. What is the main kid's name?
The nerdy kid is Donald.
Yeah, the nerdy kid, Donald.
Who's played by he played one of the bullies in the Monster Squad, and he was the voice of Donatello in the second Ninja Turtles after Corey Feldman backed out.
They see, to me, he looked exactly like the kid from The Gate, not like Steven Dorff, but his buddy.
Oh, the other
I
kid.
thought it was him.
Oh yeah,
but I guess not.
I think he looked to me like Patrick Dempsey from Meatballs 3, Summer Job. Which is also a bad summertime movie. We did an episode on that. It's a shitty movie.
It's great.
Nope.
Don't listen to him. It's
Dane hasn't told the truth once on this episode. It's a bad movie.
No. It's
All
great.
right. Hey, so here's another tagline on the back. They were a group of innocent kids manipulated by a power-hungry rebel. Oh, that's not very interesting. All right. This is what the back says. I thought this was a legit horror movie. If you look at the cover, it looks like it would be like The Burning or something like that. Not really. So, and I just judged it off the cover. I was like, this is the perfect movie to get Alex on because
just like
it's
the video store days.
Yeah, exactly.
Just getting burned on that artwork.
Yeah, nope, we were duped. So it reads, violence erupts in a summer camp when a group of boys overthrow the system. Chuck Connors, the camp director, has completely lost touch with the attitudes and interests of youth, enforcing unreasonable restrictions on the campers. Resentment against Connors builds to a climax, and the takeover begins. Their revolution brings the maniacal leadership of one boy to a point of madness, and a harmless prank suddenly changes into a nightmare of terror and anarchy. Summer Camp Nightmare is an outstanding film about youth rebellion that follows in the footsteps of such greats as Taps and Lord of the Flies. 1987, color 89 minutes, action drama. See, if I had just read the back of the box,
if you'd done the bare minimum research,
yes, if I had done anything other than look at the cover of this box and figure it was the perfect movie to have a broke horror fan on, I'd realize it is not a horror movie, and I'm so sorry. About
a couple of weeks ago, I was at Magnetic Fest in Connecticut, and I had a chance to buy The Burning for $3.
Oh man, you should have done it. What the fuck is wrong with you, you dingleberry?
Oh well.
I would have paid $4 for that. Come on.
Oh well.
Well, you just gotta have me back sometime, I guess.
We'll have you back.
We'll do a wintertime nightmare.
All right.
Yeah.
That'll
be is that like about the elves and one of them rebels against Santa and then
it's like the night the reindeer died.
Yeah,
it's more of an action drama actually.
If you read the back, Dane, it's clearly an action drama.
Oh man! So I saw the trailer today, right before I
didn't even
came
watch
home
the
from
trailer,
work, and I was like, "Oh man, this is gonna be a lousy movie."
What's the trailer like?
It's too damn long. It's like 3.5 minutes. It's really long.
It was the theatrical trailer.
I don't know what it is. But it's just the kid's like, yeah, hey mom and dad, I'm at summer camp, and this guy's made a rebellion, and that's that. And then they show like a bunch. Basically, they show every scene from the movie, including the head guy getting stabbed and killed. The only part of the movie that they didn't show in the trailer was the best part of the movie, which was the friggin' rock and roll.
Oh my god, that was the talent show part.
That was the best part of the movie.
Beef and bologna.
That's the best part of the movie.
Beef and bologna. Woo!
I didn't make
what
it
was
into
the
the
name
trailer.
of their band?
Maybe that's the name of their band. The name of their band is also the name of their one album and their one song.
Beef and bologna.
Beef bologna.
Black Sabbath did it.
Yeah, right? So
It's
there
true.
you go.
Yeah. So, why don't we start? How I thought this movie was a teen sex comedy for the first like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
That's the only thing you could ever take away from that first 45 minutes.
Yeah, and then it turns dark, which is good. Like, I don't know. I like this movie. Did you guys like this movie?
All
right,
Yes
all
and no. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't
it was
know.
pretty good. I wouldn't say I'd like clamor to watch it again, but like I'm glad I saw it once because I'd never seen it before, never heard of it before.
yeah, I agree. It's a good one-time watch. You
And
know?
the production value is actually pretty good too.
Yeah, it was competently made and everything, other than the tone being so weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the thing. Yeah, the tone was kind of all over the place, I felt. You know what I mean? It's kind of goofy, wacky, but then things get really serious and don't go wacky again.
Yeah, it gets really like Topher mentioned dark, but not like, I feel like you have to clarify, not like horror movie dark, like molestation,
Yeah,
rape,
it's uncomfortable is what
murder
it is.
dark. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
It was not pleasant.
It was a summer camp nightmare, guys.
I mean, you start off and like all the kids are like singing about the bus driver and he's like the bus driver's giving thumbs ups to the kids and
Right.
and like literally they get to the camp. There's no introduction. It's not like Ernest Goes to Camp where the head guy's like, all right, everybody, let's have a great summer at Camp Kickakee. Let's go. No, it's like literally off the bus. Let's go to archery. Off the bus. Let's go to swimming. Off the bus. Let's go to football. The kids barely even get a second to like put their stuff into their rooms. Like as soon as they get off the bus, all right, let's go play football. No, let's go.
They're getting their money's worth. They got to dump. There's a great montage at the beginning where the would-be rapist sings a song. He's like, summertime, 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 and he's sitting in a tree with two little kids. Little do you know that he rapes a girl later on.
The rapist, fun fact. Well, that's a weird connotation. The rape is not fun, but the actor who played the rapist is in Friday the 13th Part 6.
That's right. I was saying that. We were
there
watching
you
the
go.
movie and I was like, I know I've seen him in one of the Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
So-
I thought you were talking about the guy who played Chris, the like blonde curly hair
Oh,
guy, the
no.
like good camper.
Oh yeah, no, I don't think he's done anything else. This ruined his career.
Who did he play in Friday the 13th?
He's like a rock dude in that too. Is he the
Oh,
one
yeah.
who listens to Alice Cooper?
If I recall, he was in an RV. Does he get killed in the RV?
Yeah. Listening to Alice Cooper,
Yeah.
he has sex with
Yeah.
the girl,
he's,
and then
he's like
gets killed by
driving
Jason.
it, and then he
Yeah.
they slit his throat or something, right? And then it flips over on the side, and
Exactly. Then there's
Jason
a cool
pops
shot of
out.
Jason on top. Can we
Yeah.
do this about Friday the 13th Part 6 instead?
Yeah, we
it too
should.
late?
We should. Welcome to episode 56, Friday
Put
the
the tape
13th,
in.
part 6. Just kidding. It's summer camp nightmare. Sorry.
So, once you're at summer camp, you can't leave.
Camp
So-
North Pines.
September
Camp North Pines. Yeah, I wonder, like, where is this? Because I think at one point they said, like, oh, it's going to take, like, 10 hours for the police to show up. I'm like, how far up how far up north is this place? You know,
Well, the
I mean,
only way to get to the girls' camp is over the rickety bridge. I don't know how the girls got there.
They have to
but
cross by arm.
did
like
the school
got
buses have to
helicoptered
go
in.
over the rickety bridge to get the kids to the girls' camp? I mean, how did it work?
They took the Fortnite school bus and parachuted down.
It's crazy. So I mean,
I don't even know where to begin because
the takeaway from this is that this camp kind of like in Heavyweights, the camp has a brand new camp director that the kids don't like. Except in Heavyweights, Tony Perkins just wants to get the kids fit because he wants to make a lot of money off of this camp in his infomercial. Whereas,
this camp director he's like not a bad guy.
no,
he's just super religious, and he
just-
loves
he
butterflies.
wants to make a Jesus
He's
camp.
just a weird uptight guy. Yeah, I mean, he probably should have told them it's gonna be a Jesus camp before they signed up. But I mean, he's not like forcing the religion, other than like only having EWN or whatever the Jesus channel on 24/7 in the
they
rec
have to
room.
pray before they eat their slop.
You know,
Oh, okay.
I'm not gonna lie. His set of rules really aren't that bad. He just says like,
No,
what? It's
no.
like don't swear. There's only one channel on the TV, which is the Jesus, the Jesus channel, and and pray before you eat. And I think that's it. I don't think that there was anything else that
and
was crazy.
Don't rape people.
Yeah. So I mean, it's not
And
like
don't stab me in the gut with a knife. Other than that, do what you want.
it's not
And
like
they broke every single one of them.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, and so you know, again, this movie starts off as kind of like this wacky comedy. So it kind of starts off like Meatballs. You know what I'm saying? Where you think like, oh, you're gonna have the Tripper character like Bill Murray, who's just like the goofy wacky guy.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Here's the new camp. Here's the new camp director who's kind of like strict, and he wants kind of like all the kids to be like polite and Jesus-y and whatever. But you got the one guy who wants to bend the rules. You know what I mean? Or kind of like Footloose or whatever. So it's like, but. Then it turns into murder. So that's the twist.
Yeah. And on the bus, like the first scene of this movie, they're driving the bus, singing a song. The bus driver's giving his thumbs up. And there's one kid that looks like Keenan. And he's sitting next to the skinny little kid who pisses his pants. And like they make a lighthearted joke about it. And then we see Donald, the nerdy kid, and he opens up this suitcase that has a computer phone in it. And it's a computer in a suitcase with a cordless telephone. It's this wacky machine. And then he starts his narration dictates, he has a voiceover throughout the entire movie. And he's like, camper's log, 2,400 hours. First day of camp. I hope it goes good and I don't have to take my shirt off when I go swimming. So it just looks super goofy.
It's as if this is a precursor to the show Bug Juice.
Yes. I think that's where Bug Juice picked up off of the end, the tail end of Summer Camp Nightmare.
That's right. He opens this thing up, and the very first thing I think was it looks like every suitcase
I thought it was
bomb
a fucking bomb
in every single PM Entertainment straight to video action movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no, it wasn't. It was just like his goofy, wacky gadgets, to which I thought that he was going to do a lot more goofy, wacky gadget stuff in it. Kind of like in Revenge of the Nerds, where they take the kid, he'll take stuff out of his suitcase to spy on the girls changing or play pranks on people or the counselors. But no, it's not at all. He just uses it once to try to call the police.
Yeah, well, they use it when he gets their pseudo softcore porn or whatever it was. It's basically it's music videos, basically with scantily clad women dancing, from their Jesus channel. But it was like a great setup to just waste.
Yeah, there's so much more they could have done with it. I thought it was gonna maybe just judging from the original tone that they set, I thought it was gonna be like a Zapped sort of thing where maybe he presses a button and girls bras fly off. But again, if I had only looked at the back of the box, it's rated PG-13. I was expecting way more party hats. There's not a single boobie in this movie.
No, by looking at the cover alone and the font and everything, it looks to me like it's going to be a full-length Zeke the Plumber Salute Your Shorts episode. You know what I mean?
That would be amazing.
I wish.
That's what I was assuming this movie was going to be like. But there was no paranormal, no nothing. You know what I mean? No Zeke the Plumber, no ghosts, no psycho killers. Well,
there's some psycho killers.
Yeah. So
I thought there was going to be a masked man murdering people. I thought it was just a Friday ripoff, and that's what we're getting. But and also it's based on a book in the opening credits.
I looked that up. Yeah.
Do you know the name? It's Butterfly something.
The Butterfly Revolution, 1961. But Wikipedia is very quick to state that the movie is not considered to be a faithful adaptation.
Oh, really?
So I don't know where they diverge. But
Summer Camp Nightmare is not a faithful adaptation of Butterfly
Maybe the Butterfly
Revolution.
Revolution is the hardcore horror movie we were hoping for.
Right? I kind of want to read that book. I don't want to read
curious.
many books, but I am curious, yeah.
I'll see the Cliff Notes.
Yeah, I won't read it, but I want to. And then, I don't know, when does it, it's kind of a blur. They have
everything kind of changes.
You can't go to the girls' camp. It's on this rickety bridge, and they set that up. And it's I don't know, 5 feet off the ground, really? It's not dangerous at all, but it's made to believe that you will die if you try to cross this bridge.
It's an Indiana Jones Temple of Doom bridge. And
but first,
it's the only way to get to the girls' camp. So again, another
except the
thing-
girls can take a bus over somehow.
Yeah. It's
later.
another thing that makes you say, ooh, so these kids are going to go up to their zany, wacky tricks to try to get over to the girls' camp for some TNA.
Yeah.
No. But the girls do come to their camp for the best fucking part of the movie, which is
The talent show.
talent show. The only good part of this movie, because you get a rapping dude.
The rapping host.
Rapping
This was
host.
the most 80s part of this
Oh, it was
movie
great.
for sure.
You got these chicks all dressed up like Madonna, and they're doing like a little trio song and dance.
Singing about the camp.
Singing about the camp. Yeah.
And also simultaneously singing about oral sex at the same time.
Oh, because like the blonde dude, Chris, is just like, ooh, wow, ooh, whoa. Like the whole time he's like staring at this chick.
yeah. Oh, but before that, we in the like montage part, we meet Runk.
Oh,
yeah.
the punk.
He's
You
my
mean
favorite.
Stanley?
No, call me Runk. Runk the punk.
So T-Man, you said you thought he looked like Cousin Larry from Perfect Strangers.
He looks like Cousin Larry. But he's Cousin Larry the punk, okay?
Cousin Larry. Don't be ridiculous.
And he like picks on Donald, the guy with the computer, and he's like types in, he's like, what's this fucking computer phone thing, you nerd? And then he's like, oh, it like analyzes your voice and tells you all about yourself. Just tell me your name and why you're at camp. And he's like, yo, my name's fucking Runk the Punk, and I'm at camp. I'm a CIT, counselor in training. And then the computer's like, you're a dingleberry or something like that. And then he gets mad at him, but then they're friends
hey,
later.
You dweeb. Picks him up. Oh man, he was probably one of my favorite parts of the movie. He was such a wackadoo, that guy, because he reminded me a lot of like all those guys like when you watch like Toxic Avenger and stuff, where they just always look like they have to take a shit. It was like, yeah, like a, you know. So
Yeah. There's no toilets at the camp. They have to wait 30 days to take a shit.
Oh yeah, because there's that one guy sitting down there on the reading
He
the
had the
newspaper.
only toilet. He was stuck.
So
yeah, so then there's those girls at the talent show, and then Runk the Punk's sausage band. I don't know. Summer Camp Nightmare Band.
yeah, man, they got the friggin' best part of the movie where they sing their rock song, beep, 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 beef and bologna. And everybody's loving it. Everybody loves it. Like they're grabbing their dicks and everything, and everybody's having a great 80s time. But no.
Not everybody.
Nope, not Mr. Warren.
The camp director was not having it. So he calls it off. And he calls off the dance in a couple of days, too.
No more beef and bologna.
Everybody's punished.
That's right. And they come out on stage with an electric bass, an electric guitar, not plugged into anything. There's microphones on the stage, but they don't sing into them, but the microphones pick up their instruments and their voices perfectly. And Keenan Ivory Wayne. No, not Keenan Ivory Wayne. Keenan and Kel Keenan plays drums.
I was racist on like several levels, man.
What are you talking about?
You just confused 3 different black people.
I confused 2. Keenan Ivory Wayne's is one person.
No, but and Keenan from Keenan and Kel and whoever the hell the dude is in this movie.
Oh, that's true. All right, I apologize to the African American community for confusing this random dude from Summer Camp Nightmare.
Especially if your name is Keenan.
Especially if your name is Keenan. Ooh, I'm gonna get I'm not directing Guardians of the Galaxy 3 anymore. Sorry, guys.
Oh.
Too soon, man.
Too soon. But I will direct Summer Camp Nightmare too if it's available.
Something tells me those rights are available for a very
Summer
affordable
Camp
price.
Nightmare.
I feel like this would be a great movie to remake. I'm gonna look into that.
Yeah, I'd watch that.
Thank you.
Twice. I get duped into
you'll
watching
also
that.
assistant direct it by
I
by
would make that.
force of will. I'm gonna if you don't, I'm gonna lock you in to the cafeteria and assistant
Stab
direct it
me.
myself.
So speaking of which, out of nowhere, they decide, all right, no more of the rules of the counselors and all that. We're going to take the camp into our own hands. So there's this one building that's like the meditation area, and they take all the counselors, including the director, and they lock them all in there and they board up the windows. And I don't know how many days have passed throughout this movie, but all these people are stuck in this one, like this one little room, like bunk building that I don't even know if there's a bathroom in there or a shower.
Oh God, yeah, you're right. I don't think there's no food. I don't know if they're bringing them supplies, and also it's only guarded by like Rambo Jr.
Yeah, there's only one dude
who's asleep half the time you see him.
Right? It's like Ace Ventura, like getting past the sleeping orangutan guard or whatever. But so I feel like that 6 or 7, upwards of 10 adult men could easily break their way out of this shack boarded up by from anyone to 6-year-olds up until 19-year-olds. That's like the age range of everyone else at the camp. They could easily, kick out a window or two. But hey, who am I to say that 6-year-olds can't build a fortified prison? Okay.
And you never see any of them ever again.
Nope. You do see Mr. Not Mr. Wilson. What's his name? Mr. Warren. Yeah. Who we had our janitor at Patton Elementary School was named Mr. Warren.
Oh, yeah.
And we thought he was a summer camp nightmare.
Oh, yeah, I'd say.
A elementary school nightmare. We thought he eats your food when you dump it away, and then he turns into a monster at night.
Yeah.
After he goes to Ice Cast games. That's besides the point. That's not in this movie.
Hey, you guys keep going. I'm going to be back in a flash.
What, are you going to take a shit?
I'm going to take a
summer
camp shit. I'll be right back.
How long are you going to take a shit for?
Remember, how in the movie the guy says, you got to wait like 30 days to go use it? Well, it just became vacant.
Oh my God.
You guys bring the microphone with you.
You guys keep talking.
Yeah, bring the mic with you, dude.
What?
Bring the mic with you. How long is that cord?
You want me to take the mic with me?
Take the mic with you.
The mic's not, the cord's not long enough.
Oh, shit.
I don't have a wireless kit with me either. So you guys are just going to have to wait.
All right.
So I'll be right back, fellas.
Go take a shit.
You guys keep going. I'll catch up with you guys when I'm back.
2 minutes to shit, wipe, and wash.
I'm about to have a summer nightmare. I'll be right back. Keep going. A lot of this movie, a lot of the next part of this movie is not very interesting. So you guys keep talking about that until I get back.
Shit. Jesus Christ. This is the first time this has happened. I'm sorry for my co-host Alex taking a shit.
I'm glad I could be here to experience it.
It's a VHS Bandits first. Dane Train taking a shit during the show. Well, what was your favorite part of this movie, if indeed you have one?
I mean, it had to be the talent show. I mean, that was the highlight because that was like the cheesy like 80s fun that I wanted. Yeah. And like shortly after that, like so as you're saying, like they lock up the Mr. Warren and like some of the other like adults counselor people, I guess they are. I don't know, they're undefined roles.
The CITs, counselors in train. Wait, no, the CITs are the ones that take it. Yeah,
they're the one like leading the revolution. Right. I don't know who the other like adult people are.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, so I mean, shortly after that, that's when things started to get like weird and dark, like out of nowhere.
Yeah, I don't really know where. I mean, it's still kind of like fun. It seemed like Camp Nowhere for a little bit, and like the kids take over the camp, and they're only like having a good time. Oh, we forgot about the whole like fucking plot point where they think that.
The molestation accusation?
Right, yeah. Jesus
so
Christ.
Fucking weird.
That's
the first like dark part in the movie, I think.
I did not see that coming.
No.
So like, Mr. Warren takes the little kids out on a butterfly hunt because he collects butterflies. And one of the kids, he like the way he says it, he cried. For some reason.
Like a 6-year-old kid, it's worth noting, too. Not like one of the teenagers.
Right, yeah. And I don't know how, because I didn't interpret it as a molestation from this kid's like dialogue with the what's the like the evil counselor? What's his name? I don't know.
Oh, Franklin?
Sure, let's call him Franklin.
Franklin. He was in Munchies.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, so he's like, "Oh, that Mr. Warren molested you." And I was like, "Whoa, what? That's not what I heard."
Yeah. It's what the kid says. I don't remember it word for word, but it was very like ambiguous. Just like basically he didn't like looking for butterflies.
Yeah, pretty much. And
then it's twisted into molesting.
Yeah, he took a hard left there.
Because later it's revealed, I mean, spoiler alert, that he wasn't molested.
Yeah, he's just like fucking looking for butterflies.
The dude made it up to just pit everyone against Mr. Warren.
Yeah, this dude is a legit psychopath. I think the acting's actually pretty good in this movie.
Yeah.
Too. Like everything, like production wise, it looks good.
Yeah. Mr. Warren is Chuck Connors, who's like, he's known for Soylent Green, but like you or I would probably recognize him from Tourist Trap.
Yeah, I thought he looked familiar.
Yeah.
And then that's why they lock him up. They use that as like ammo against him.
Yeah, that plus him canceling like the big dance and saying they couldn't see the girls.
You molested a kid, and also you canceled the dance with the girls' camp. Weird... We're locking you up.
Their barometer.
That's the last straw. Yeah.
But they have him at gunpoint too. That's what makes it like.
Yeah, where do they get the gun? They just find it in.
I think he had a gun, I believe, and they take it from him, or one of the
they
one
find
of the adults.
it in a drawer in.
But I think it's like in his office, isn't it?
Yeah. But I feel like they already locked him up.
It's
at
for
that
his
point.
butterfly hunting.
Yeah, one of the kids is like, "Hey, we're gonna go butterfly hunting. Do we get guns?" And he's like, "I think nets are good." But he's like, "Oh, I have a gun for butterfly hunting anyway." And the kids steal it. How was your shit?
It was a real summer shit nightmare.
I can smell it from here, dude.
I bet you
Did you
all the way
flush
across
twice?
the country.
His face is all red.
It's hot in here too. I only got this little fan behind me just to keep me warm. I don't have the AC on because I don't want it to get into the audio, you know.
Suffering for your art, man.
Yeah, if that's what you want to call it, sure. Anywho, all right. So we're talking about.
Thank you for joining us. Welcome to the VHS Bandits podcast. Special guest
what movie
Dane
are we
Train,
talking about today?
Summer Camp Nightmare.
I don't want to talk about that movie.
Shut up.
We're getting into the weird, dark parts.
Yeah, we're getting into
I only want to stay with the good.
Cool
you know,
parts.
if I were to watch this movie again, I watch like the first like half an hour, and then I'd shut it off. I'm like, I don't like this. It's like a half too serious. I like the fun half.
It is two separate movies, pretty much.
As soon as beef bologna's over, that's it. I hit stop and I rewind the tape. That's the end of the movie for me.
It's a showstopper.
Show's over. Just like when the guy said it when he went up to the front of the stage. He's like, "That's it, guys. Show's over." That's it. That's my cue to rewind the tape.
But we did not rewind the tape. Well, I did, but not in the middle of it. We finished it. So we talked about the molestation accusations.
Oh yeah, man. Which was like, I'm not gonna lie, that was pretty damn vague. Okay.
Yeah, that's what we just said.
Yeah, they never really like got into it, and it was never proven or disproven. That's it. Okay, so I missed all that.
Towards the end, it's like implied that he lied, that he made it up.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Not that the kid made it up, that the counselor guy made it up.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Right. So then they hold them up at gunpoint. They hold up both the directors from both camps, right? Like the girls.
Yeah.
Camp.
Oh yeah, they go to the girls. They lock up their people, and then they're like, "Let's go to the girls' camp." We don't
bring
have
the
to.
gun.
Yeah, we'll bring the gun, and we'll point it at Betty White, and then lock her up too, and that's Ruckus. What's his name? Ruck the fuck. What's his name?
Gronk the punk.
Gronk the punk.
Gronk the punk. What?
Yeah, he's the one that points the gun at Betty White, and they get to the girls' camp not by crossing the bridge. The only way to get to the girls' camp But they seem to get
How'd they
there,
get there?
quite easily.
Plot hole.
Yeah, that's
And they got
that is
all
the
the
biggest
girls
plot
to the
hole in
boys'
Summer Camp Nightmare is the ease they get to the girls' camp back and forth.
Makes no sense.
Anyway, so they lock them up too, and then they bring over the girls to the guys' camp, and then it turns kind of back into a fun party.
Yeah, for like 15 minutes there, it's like
Yeah.
the fun kicks back in.
And then so they bring back the dance. So like we're gonna have our own dance, and then that's when Mr. Shitbag Leroy, I don't know, no, the
That
bad
could be
guy,
anybody
the
in this
bad-
movie.
Oh, Franklin.
Franklin, yeah, Leroy Franklin, same thing. He's like, oh, let's go get fucking Mr. Warren and bring him to the party for some reason. So he's all tied up, and they bring him to the party, and they're like, look at how much fun we're having, Mr. Warren, fuck you. And then he's like, this is wrong. Let me go, you whippersnappers. And then the good counselor, Chris, is like, yeah, let him go. But then Chris becomes shunned by the, what are they called? The something revolution?
They were just called the Revolution.
Yeah,
No,
did they
it
have
was-
a cool name? I don't even remember.
I don't
No,
think
it
so.
wasn't
The
cool.
Summer
It was
Camp
very-
Nightmare Revolution.
The Butterfly Revolution.
No, they didn't even go that close into the literature. If they only read the back of the book, they would know.
I really think they were just
Butterfly Revolution.
because they just kept saying the Revolution, the Revolution.
They had some
They
like
did say that like 20 times.
yeah.
yeah.
Franklin,
well, it doesn't
they go
matter.
Franklin. Maybe it's the Franklin Revolution. I don't know. But my thought
Maybe.
is, what the hell did these kids think that they were going to do at the end of the summer when like the
Well,
when
it was
like the
only
buses come to
supposed
pick
to
them
last.
up?
It was only supposed to last one day. At the beginning, they lock him up and they're like, "We'll call the cops tomorrow, but first, let's party." So they party for 2 weeks.
They spike some punch.
Yeah, I mean, it's a long. It feels like it's a long time.
Some cool Kool-Aid is what they call it.
Oh yeah.
With they just have big bottles. It just says gin on it. Just like Kroger brand gin. And but that's when Runk the Punk is supposed to be taking Mr. Warren back to the prison, but then they get in a scuffle and he stabs him in the guts and kills Mr. Warren. And that's when shit gets even darker and weirder. And they hide the body in a cave somewhere, which we never see.
You never see.
Yeah.
But we smell it.
There
'Cause
were
it
so
smells
many
like
times.
elephant shit.
That's the thing. There were so many times in this movie where like the little kid Duck was like walking around and he goes, "Ew, it stinks" or whatever, and I'm like, they're gonna find the body of the camp director. They never do. They find the other
Yeah.
guy, but not him.
Right. I wanted to see a mutilated. Well, I guess they just stabbed him in the stomach and he bled out.
Well, you'd
But
find his.
I wanted some gore in a Summer Camp Nightmare movie.
Yeah, I thought
that was
you'd-
my chance. I was kept like, it's gonna be a horror movie. It's gonna be a horror movie. I held on to that. Nah. The most horror movie thing was when they found the other body, the guy hanging.
That was it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought
So
it was
that-
gonna. Like speaking of like Friday the 13th, I thought it was gonna end up being like a movie like that where like somebody kind of walks and they find one body, they turn around, there's another body, and they like turn back behind them and something hits them and turn around, there's another body. You know what I mean? That's what I
Yeah,
thought
I
that
did-
scene was gonna turn into.
There's only 2 deaths in this movie, right?
That's it. Even at
That
the
we
end,
know of.
even at the end when Doof the punk gets like tossed over the ravine. I thought that was
was
him.
awesome,
Guy
by
turned
the
into
way.
a pancake, but no, he just walks up at the end. He's fine. So
That was I didn't see that coming. It looked like an accident.
Oh,
I hope
yeah.
it was planned, but that shot looked like an accident.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's when the rapey guy, the kids they're like Duck and like his little girlfriend are walking in the woods and they're like, "Oh, it stinks like elephant shit." And then they stumble upon the doofus guy sexually abusing one of the girl campers, and then they like have a trial and they're like, if you're guilty, it's like a witch trial. It's legit. Like you have to walk across the girl can't bridge, and if you make it, then you're innocent, and if you fall and die, then you're guilty.
Flawless litigation system.
Of course.
Yeah, exactly. So, but he makes it across. Actually, he doesn't. He fucking goes
only
halfway and then
like
comes back.
Like half or a quarter way and just comes back.
And no one questions it. They're like, all right,
No.
well, he did it.
Yeah, well, might as well. If it's one half of it times 2 is 1. So there you go. He made it across. Who am I to judge this rapist? And then the girl camp kind of just takes him away, and like one of the kids' voiceovers, he's like, nobody saw him again, even though you do see him again.
So basically,
Nobody
all
except
of,
everybody.
all
Right.
of the girls at the girls' camp are murderers because they all partook in hanging this kid. Because
Yeah.
it makes you wonder, because like I'm thinking in my head as the movie progresses, like after they killed the camp director, I'm like, okay, they're trying to keep it a secret so nobody else knows about it, right? So
Do you think anyone who finds out is going to die?
yeah, so like what if they
Right.
found out that he's dead? Then would all the kids be like, holy shit, this is crazy, this is nuts, this has to end? But no, they just go and they go murder somebody else. Like, it's all right, sure, whatever. You know what I mean? It's really, I mean, the freaking psyche of these kids is really weird.
I believe that is the point of the movie. And,
True.
And so then the little kid tries to call the cops on his computer phone machine, and then he's all of a sudden a traitor to the revolution, so they make him walk the plank. But then the good counselor, who's been shunned out, has to fight Runk the Punk in a battle of brawn and wits. I wish they settled this with a go-kart race or an egg toss or something.
Yeah, some kind of athletic decathlon or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where
If you're a rapist, then you
Sack
won't
race.
win this sack race.
you have to shave the cream off of the balloon without it popping. You know.
If your balloon pops, then you're guilty. And then we hang you from a tree. But yeah, so then there's the big fight, and the fight's pretty lame. I mean, they're just
It
like
really is.
fighting, but then this one shot, it's a wide shot like from the canyon, the 10-foot deep canyon. And the good counselor, Chris, like they're like on the ground and he like flips him into the air and he flies. He goes so far backwards into this kid. Like it looked like it was dangerous.
Oh, yeah.
Like it looked like an accident. And I hope that stuntman is okay and didn't miss the crash pad because woof. That was the most dangerous part of the movie. But he's presumed dead, I think. So maybe he dies too, because he never comes back.
And they never saw him again.
And they never saw him again. And then the cops come 10 hours later.
Oh yeah, they just show up and they're just like, freeze, everybody.
Freeze, we're cops.
You wouldn't have I mean, I thought all the kids were gonna like scatter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
And then it turns out like the Duck turns in his tapes to the cops, and that's like the narration, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a nice touch. But
Yeah.
like, it's worth noting that like all of this stuff at the end. So like you mentioned on the back of the box, it mentions Lord of the Flies,
Right.
Which it does go there for like a little bit, but like it takes 80% of the movie to get there, and like 15 minutes over, the credits are rolling. So like everything else is just this weird. There's like the 80s party stuff, then like the weird dark stuff that doesn't really lead into the Lord of Flies stuff. It's almost separate. I don't know. It's very weird. It's like 3 different movies.
That's true.
and then at the end, you think justice is served. The police come to like arrest everybody. They question the kids. All right, and the lead guy Franklin, he's in the back of the cop car, uncuffed. Just hanging out. He's got like
And
the
he's
whistle.
got the keys to the car too, or he's playing with
I'm
the
like, what the
keys.
fuck is going on here? Why'd you handcuff him? Because like my thought was like, so the whole movie he takes like the soccer coach whistle from the camp director, and he always like twirls it in his fingers. I'm like, he's gonna take
is that what that was?
And I'm thinking like, are they gonna show a thing where he takes it and like strangles the cop with it as he's driving away or what? No, that's it. That's the end of the movie. You know, and the kids just go off in the bus, and that's it. Now, I know we didn't see this, but at the very beginning of the tape, it said like, look for after the movie for something.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, I don't know. We didn't watch it.
we didn't watch
we were
it.
around the tape, but and I don't know if it shows anything after that or what the story is, but
Oh shit. Oops.
There might
to
be a
continued.
Beefaroni music video or whatever it was.
Beefaroni.
that'd be it'd be like like at the end of Nightmare on Elm Street 3 where they show the Dawkins video,
Ooh.
Yeah, exactly.
So, right.
They at the credits they do play a ripoff of I Wear My Sunglasses at Night.
Yeah, that was great.
It's like the karaoke version. And that's Summer Camp Nightmare.
Summer Camp Nightmare. So, did you guys find this movie to be a summer camp nightmare to watch?
Only because it was so falsely advertised. I would not falsely advertised, but I don't know.
That's probably my fault more
Yeah,
than
it's totally
anything
your fault.
because I didn't read the box.
So why don't we go through some ratings real quick? So I'll tell you what, T-Man, why don't you do IMDb? I'm gonna grab Amazon real quick.
Sure.
See if we can find out some of the ratings of what some other people might have rated this movie.
All right. Out of 10 stars from IMDb, Alex, what do you think the public rated Summer Camp Nightmare?
I have to excuse myself. I looked it up and stuff.
Oh, son of a bitch!
I wasn't looking up the ratings per se, but I was looking up to see who was in it and stuff. So
Yeah, well, I appreciate that because we clearly did zero research on this movie. Do you remember what it was? Or Dane Train, let's get your guess
Yeah,
first.
All right, so IMDb it's out of 10, right?
Yes, we do this every time.
Well, we do like 3 different rating things, so I'm like, I don't know.
It's hard to keep track of 3 things at once. I'll give you
Well,
that.
hey,
Even after 55 times of doing it.
I'm gonna give
Dane
it
Train out of 10.
out of 10. I'm gonna say IMDb gave it like a 2.2 out of 10.
Ooh, okay. Alex, do you remember or do you want to guess?
it was 5 something, wasn't it?
That's right, 5.6 out of 10, which is pretty good.
Yeah,
For IMDb. It's above failing. Well, not really. It's an F. It's an F plus, maybe. Not quite a D minus. Dane Train.
Right. So out of 5 stars, Alex, what do you think? That the people who bought the VHS off of Amazon, what do you think they gave it?
I bet it's pretty high because it's never been out on DVD, so it's people who like want it out of nostalgia or collectors or whatever. I'm gonna say 4.
All righty there. What do you say, T-Man? What do you think? Amazon.
I'm going to say 3.5.
All righty. Alex is a close out of 4.2 out of 5.
Oh, wow. All right.
And
All right.
some people said it plays well for a used VHS tape. 4 out of
good.
5
That's
stars.
They
glowing
should have put that on the
review.
box.
Yeah. You should, but if you ever do another run of the Victor Crowley,
Yeah, can I
tapes.
quote you? It plays well.
It plays well for a VHS tape.
Maybe you have a shitty VCR, dude.
So let's see. What should we rate this at? Out of 10 beef bolognas?
Yeah, beef bolognas.
All right. All right. What are you going to say there, T-Man? Out of 10 beef bolognas.
Well, let's give it to Alex.
All
He's the
right.
guest on our show.
What do you say, Alex?
How many beef bolognas?
For what it is, I'm gonna say 5.5 beef bolognas.
All right.
Ooh, siding with IMDb.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Ish. 0.1 lower than the average consumer of IMDb. All right. Dane Train, I feel like I like this movie the most, so I want to hear what you think about the beef bolognas.
Out of 10.
Can't make up your own rating system in the middle of it.
Out of 10 beef bolognas. I'm going to give that scene 10 out of 10. Just that scene alone, 10 out of 10. The rest of the movie,
There's about 80 more to go.
The first half of the movie, I'm going to give the first half of the movie a 5 out of 10 beef bolognese. The second half of the movie, I'm going to give it a 3 out of 10. Beef
So what does that
bolognese.
average out to? I don't want to do
Hey,
math.
we're not gonna do a scaling system over here.
What do you mean a scale of what's 5 plus 3 divided by 2? 8, so it's
That'd
a
be
4.
4.
It's a 4.
All right, fine. We're gonna average it at 4.
So
4
your
beef
average-
bolognese.
Oh my god!
All right, there you go.
Man, I really like this movie. I'm gonna give it 8 beef bolognese.
Whoa,
Wow.
crazy.
I like this movie a lot. I
Wow.
mean, it's not a horror
So-
movie.
So you would rewind this movie?
I just did.
Oh, wow, great.
How dare you question it?
Wow, you heard it here, folks.
Wow, I thought it was a good movie. I'm sorry that you guys had to watch it.
I guess I don't know. I guess again, it's like I guess I had different expectations based off of the box, based off of the first half of the movie. You know,
Right. Well, that's true. I think that might be part of why I liked it so much because my expectations were so low. Like I thought it was
Okay.
going to be a trashy, Friday the 13th ripoff, but it wasn't, and it was good for what it was. Like it surprised me, the whole plot and everything, because I didn't read the box, so I was surprised as to like what the movie actually was, and for what it was really good. And had it been the shitty movie that I expected it to be, you know what I mean? So I'm kind of grading on a scale there. I don't know.
See,
But-
I feel like for what it was, it wasn't that good. Only because the tone was so like all over the place. Like you
Yeah.
couldn't decide what it wanted to be.
I
It was my
agree.
problem.
like that.
it was just.
I mean, yeah, like I enjoyed it. It was entertaining. Like I'll give it that. But like, I don't know. I just feel like it should have been better paced, more even toned.
Yeah, it to me, like I
Yeah.
said earlier, I think it was kind of like it was a very uncomfortable movie, or just uncomfortable, confusing. I had a lot of mixed bag feelings about this one myself.
Yeah, I guess it comes down to how do you feel about this weird like mix mash of genres and like goofy comedy
Yeah.
with dark themes.
It's kind of like
Later on.
have you guys ever seen the movie Future Kill by any chance? You ever heard of it?
No.
Ever seen it?
No.
The cover art was done by H.R. Giger. You got like this dude like I don't know, like holding a sharp knife finger over this goofy alien face. And I knew nothing about the movie until like I got it for a couple of bucks, a couple of years ago, and I watched this and I was like, ooh, it's gonna be this weird futuristic sci-fi kind of weird movie. And the movie legit starts off like a sex comedy to a T.
Oh, wow.
Like and next thing you know, it turns into like Savage Streets or kind of like Streets of Rage, the video game where people just like kung fu each other.
It turns
in
into an
alleyways.
8-bit beat 'em up.
Kind of, yeah.
Second half
Where,
of the
where
movie.
suddenly these teenagers who were just in a teen sex comedy are now like kung fuing each other, like kung fuing these street punks, and that's the
This
that's,
movie could use some more kung fu.
Don't get me
It
wrong.
sounds like Summer Camp Nightmare 2.
Yeah, well, pretty. It's like Summer Camp Nightmare takes Manhattan, basically. You know what I mean?
No.
Summer Camp Nightmare.
So it's mostly
So
in
it takes
Vancouver.
place. Yeah, it takes place in New Jersey.
Yeah, or shot in Canada. So yeah, that is Summer Camp Nightmare. That's it.
Yep.
So
That's it. I guess that's the end of the show. Alex, thanks for joining us. BrokeHorrorFan.com. Victor Crowley available on VHS on his website, BrokeHorrorFan.com. Buy it now. Alex, what do you have to say for yourself after watching this movie?
Two things. Because I went through the cast on IMDb. The Jennifer Lawrence looking girl, she's like 80s Jennifer Lawrence, the girl who's sexually assaulted.
Yeah.
Was the voice of Jem.
oh, whoa.
And I don't remember who he was in the movie, but the little Chinese boy who's literally credited as Chinese boy in Gremlins
No.
is in this.
That's crazy.
Apparently
feel
one of the
like he's
campers.
was he the kid that's like, let's destroy this butterfly thing.
Probably.
I think he literally has 2 lines where like the kid's like, "Hey, where's this kid?" He goes, "Oh, I think I saw him out in the woods recently," and like that's it.
Yeah. But those were my takeaways from summer camp nightmare.
You know what, Alex?
What a hot take.
I think we should have you on every episode until Kevbot comes back from paternity leave, because you just said some trivia facts about the movie and you kind of sort of look like him. So,
dude, let's do it. Nobody knows.
And that's
have
what
a
he
beard
did.
and glasses. That's all it takes.
You have a beard, glasses, and you said some trivia that you pulled off of the internet. And that's what the show has been lacking ever since he's been gone. So I think we need you back. I think we need you here. So
I'm game.
Maybe we'll watch horror movies next time.
Yeah, okay. All right. See, that's the thing, Alex. Now you're a big horror guy. Now, like, what if we end up watching MVP's Most Valuable Primate or
oh yeah, no, I mean I'm game for whatever. Horror is like my preference, but I'll watch anything.
So you'll watch some action movies, you watch some sex comedies, you watch some 90s kids movies.
Ready for all of it, man.
All right. I think we've got a recruit for the Bandits. All right. Sounds good. All right. Well, we'll take a rain check on you then.
What does that mean? You just, hey, you're hired.
Wait, does that
By
mean,
the way,
did I lose the job already?
You're immediately not hired.
No,
Maybe we'll think about
I didn't mean it. I meant, you know,
this further proves my theory that you are a systematic liar.
What? Hey, when I said I had to go poop, I actually had to go poop.
I think you were peeing that whole time. You were just doing number one.
Number one.
You had some cool Kool-Aid and were just peeing the whole time.
You caught me. It was the cool Kool-Aid. It was the cool Kool-Aid.
Oh my God. Well, that's going to do it for this episode of VHS Bandits. I've been Topher Hansen. With me, as always, is my co-host,
D-Train.
That's right, if you believe anything he says. And
says the guy who said he has VD and has denied it ever since.
I don't have VD. That is another lie.
Yeah.
Oh, I have DVD. And our thank you, Dane Train. And our special guest.
Someone who Topher gave VD.
Someone who gave Topher VD. Alex DiVincenzo from BrokeHorrorFan.com.
Alex, thanks for coming on, dude. It's been great.
Yeah, thank you for having me. This was fun. I can't wait for Winter Camp Nightmare.
Yeah. Well, thanks for listening, everyone. Thanks for being on, Alex. Sorry for making you watch this movie. And let's make another movie soon.
Yeah.
And be kind and rewind.
Happy summer, everybody.
Oh, yeah. Happy summer.